surprise, surprise, big shocker to hopefully nobody. Hopefully by now, if you're not new here, you know that I like books. And I know that, like I said in my last video, most people don't really care about books because I keep mentioning manga on my channel, which I do love manga, but I dabble in a little novel or two. Chai, come on. I recently talked about this book, Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. I talked about this book and I talked about how much the movie sucked compared to the book. And I said that I would read the sequel. And I did. As you can see, it's all tabbed. I read it. I finished it today. And just let me talk. If you need a little book recommendation, and this is an easy read. Like, this is a very easy read. It's literally like a YA novel, young adult novel. So it's like not that crazy. But if you need a little gay novel recommendation, freaking read this, bro. Read this. I finished this book. I cried. I crowed. He crowed. We all cried. We all crew. Like, there's like a big section of this book right here that I didn't tab at all, and that's just because I was like completely locked in, and just I cried my eyes out because, oh my god. If you read the sequel, Aristotle and Dante dive into the waters of the world. You probably know why I cried. It was just very sad. But dude, this is me convincing you to read this book. All of my non-readers in the chat, this is me convincing you to read this book. We start off this book, you know, very kind of tame. You know, the main character, he's okay. I relate to the main character so much. Like, literally, Aristotle Mendoza, you are me, I am you. I just think he's very relatable, like as a teenager, in a teenager mindset, very relatable. And this, just some sequels seem so like cheap, and it's like, okay, we get it, you're giving the reader what they want, which is more of the characters, more of the story. But this is a sequel done right. Like, literally, I would read this just to read the sequel, and that's low-key what I did, because I did love the first book, don't get me wrong, but this book was just so, it just was so enlightening. Is that even the right word? I don't know. But the character development of the main character, the way that he like discovers himself, it was freaking brilliant, bro. It was brilliant. And the ending was sweet. I would say it was kind of rushed, but also kind of not really. I have mixed feelings about the ending of this book, but I did really enjoy it, and I mostly enjoyed it for the part of the main character's development and how he saw himself as a person and how he saw the world around him. Like, I literally cannot talk about this like enough. And most of the novels that I read do tend to be like young adult novels. Is he on my, okay, hold on. As I was saying, oh my goodness, this was a book that was literally in my middle school library, and I just never picked up because I wasn't much of a reader. But I do have plans to read like just the books that I would have in middle school. Like, I want to read the whole Percy Jackson series, even like the extras. But me reading it now, I have like different perspective. Like, this would have done numbers to me as like a 14-year-old or just someone who was younger, you know, like, holy shit. But now I like think back and I'm like, damn, I wish I could have thought of things differently. But obviously this is a book. Teenagers aren't really gonna think about things in the way that an adult author can write them. But I think it definitely would have helped. But I loved this book so much. But yeah, anyways, I feel like most of the novels that I talk about on here are like young adult because I'm just trying to catch up from what I missed. Izuku, Can I Still Catch Up to You? The whole thing. But yeah, that was really great. I loved that book so much. I loved the sequel. I would definitely liked the sequel more. But that's just personal preference. I really enjoyed it. The only book that I haven't read that was YA, well, besides ones that I haven't shared on here, were Sweet Bitter Song, which is the book that I was glazing in my last video. I realized that I was glazing that book so hard and I never once mentioned the title. It's Sweet Bitter Song by Rosie something, but it's very good, and I really did enjoy that book. Anyways, what I'm going to be reading now is Hell Followed With Us by Andrew Joseph White. And according to the back, it's about a trans character. I think, like, I read most of the synopsi. What's the plural word for that? I read most of the synopsises for Andrew Joseph White's books because I heard that he was a good author, and most of his characters are like trans and autistic, and I was like, wait, let me hop on that. Let me get on that, and you know, but it literally says teen. It says teen on the thing, and I am a grown man, but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta, you know, read what could have helped you when you were younger. But very excited to read this. It's about like a trans guy escaping a small town that's a cult or something. I don't really know. I probably will update about this book because, you know, I also got The Spirit Bares Its Teeth by the same author, and I do have plans to read You Weren't Meant to Be Human by the same author. A lot of the titles of the books and the covers entice me, but I'm very excited about this. I'm gonna start with this one first and then read The Spirit Bares Its Teeth because I'm pretty sure this is his debut novel. So I want to see how he improves in his writing or how he changes his writing. But yeah, thanks for listening to my little book video, if you did listen. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have much else to say. My hair looks crazy and I feel like it's gotten longer, but I think that's just my brain thinking things. You can't tell me that it's not gotten longer. Like, come on now. Anyways, yeah. Everybody read Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, and then read Aristotle and Dante Dive into the Waters of the World. And don't watch the movie before you do those things. Will I watch the movie again sometime, maybe, if I miss the characters and don't feel like reading the book? Yes, I will. But do not let that movie taint your mind of a beautiful world written, because I loved it. Like, as a Hispanic person, and the two main characters and basically almost everybody in the book being like Mexican, I loved it. Loved that. Like, Hispanic Mexican representation, gay plus gay, loved it so much. And Texas. So I just wanted to talk about books again because I was talking to my mom about the books and I was like, I finished my book and I loved it so much. And she was like, why don't you talk about that on your YouTube channel? So I was like, wait, that's actually a good idea. Maybe I will talk about it on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna talk about it on YouTube because I'm such a freaking YouTuber now. And everybody likes me. Anyways, read these freaking books. Like yesterday. You need to read them. Please. Yeah, that's basically all I have to say. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Freaking peace out. Peace.